I saw Kenneth walk through cleats. Is that progress for him?
Progress. Not looking great right now for the game with Kem Walker, but working his tail off, getting better.
Jerome Baker, I guess. What's his situation?
Bake's working his butt off. Tried to really give it a go. Kind of doesn't look good right now. Everything's going well. It's just probably not good enough at this point. So.
What's Tyrice shown you if he is filling in? What's he shown you in the time? All the work he got the ones in camp, and then the work he got last week.
Yeah, we told him you're not a rookie anymore. You can't make rookie mistakes. But poise, he handles that in stride and stuff. So he's doing a great job. We'll see the combinations that will play out there if Bake doesn't make it.
Where has he made his biggest strides to you since you guys got him back in the spring?
I think it's just constant improvement. Again, we ask a lot from those guys, and at some point he was cross training multiple positions, and the game moves fast, and you're each week you're kind of learning a new offense and how they operate. So you got to stay poised, kind of apply your rules. But he's a cool customer, man. He's not. It never seems like he's rattled or anything like that. So he's gonna be just fine.
Mike, if Ken doesn't go this week, do you feel optimistic that you can get it back next week?
Yeah, I think very optimistic. The extra day helps. Then we got the 3. We got to play this game first, but the extra day next week will help.
Did something happen to George Holani?
He got an ankle in the game. I don't remember what play it was, but he's working on his ankle right now.
Mike, what did you see competition at right guard this week for that Captain's who's going to start? You said Monday you were going to...
Yeah, it's just I think we're kind of still in this phase of working through kind of an organized rotation, and then playing it by ear as the game goes along. So both guys did a nice job. I mean, we're still some plays we're chasing, but overall I thought offensively the guys executed at a high level throughout the week, and right guard spot included.
For Uchenna, does it look like he could come back for Detroit?
I don't want to put words in his mouth but I know he's optimistic, and he's progressing really quickly. So it'd be great to have him back next week. That would justify not putting him on IR.
And Mafe looks like he's doing okay, or is he? What direction is he trending?
He's trending positively. Looked good today. So we'll kind of monitor it over the next couple of days. But looks good with Boye.
What's been biggest impression on you for his first 2 games? Because he's been super effective, it seems, from a statistical standpoint, at the very least.
Yeah, I think he's just playing really fast and playing decisive and doing the things he does well, and then having his change-ups off of it, having a plan the rush on early downs. For the most part, doing a great job. There's some plays I know, that we kid about that he could finish a little bit better, and I think his stat line might reflect that. But playing really good football for us. So again, early 2 games in, we're playing a really good team this week with a quarterback that can move around. So we're going to need him.
Kenny McIntosh, what have you kind of seen from him? And I guess where would he, if he has to play Sunday, kind of what do you expect?
Well, I expect the best version of him if he's out there. But you talk about process over results. I mean, that's the message been to Kenny since we got here. Just keep focusing on all the things you need to handle pre-snap, so you can go play as fast as possible, and the rest will take care of themselves.
How's his pass blocking since training camp?
There's not that many reps of him doing it, So I'd say overall, in the right spot. Trust him to go make the job, go get the job done when he's out there.
Does George Fant fall in the looking good category?
No, unfortunately, I think we're going to have to downgrade him here because he just I'm just going to have to downgrade him at this point, but he'll be out for this game. George Fant.
How did you Stone? How did you see him feel how he played in the game last week?
I thought Stone played well. I thought he played well. I think after the second half on from the Denver game through New England, I thought he's doing a lot of nice things. And again, just the only thing you can do is just keep going out there and getting it done on the practice field, play by play, and then excited to see him go play on Sunday. So. he's ready to go. He's ready to go.
What would it mean for you if you're able to get Farrell in the lineup this week for you?
Well, it'd be great. Farrell's a great player. He's been working his butt off. If he gets a chance, then to kind of do the things we got him here to do. So him along with AJ blocking the C gap, Noah would give us a good punch there at the tight end room.
Mike, how do you guys determine the weekly captains? And I guess what made you want to do it as a weekly thing instead of season by?
Yeah, there's no secret formula behind it. It's a combination of guys that are doing a great job, guys you're trying to build up and give an opportunity to have a voice with the rest of the team, and guys you want to recognize that deserve an opportunity to do those things. So that's really the thought behind it. Without going, it's pretty much that simple. The guys know who the leaders are. You don't need the title to be the leader of the team, but it's important to build everybody else up, I think.
Are there any responsibilities to that aside from just handling the point toss?
Well, we're working on messaging after practice. Some guys are better than others after, so but it's cool. You get an opportunity. There's nothing formal about it. It's just it's more of a recognition type thing. Just a shout out to these guys that are operating the right way, playing the right way, preparing the right way, things like that. Doing it the way that we need to do it to win.
You had Gino do the play toss for overtime last week. Is that kind of his role, or?
You put way too much stock in it. We literally got to overtime. I saw Gino. He was like, "I got it." I was like, "Okay," and then we told him what we wanted to do, and we made it happen from there.
Well, he wanted to be back in the day.
Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't. Okay, I didn't. Yeah, so maybe Gino. Yeah, maybe that's part of his deal. Yeah, that's good.
Unrelated. When players are running, position groups are running the berm after practice, what's that all about?
It's totally up to them. I think our guys do a tremendous job getting in extra work after practice, working ball drills. It's totally unscripted. We're guys have a feel for where they're at conditioning wise and what they need. So, but yeah, kudos to our players, our assistant coaches. But yeah, the guys, it's all up to the individual player what they need and getting that work in.
The conditioning test that the Ravens do, the one that John Harbaugh puts players through, it's notoriously hard apparently. Do you have your guys do the same one?
We did. Yeah. Did you hear any stories about it? Okay. Yep, that's the same test.
I didn't like it.
It's good. If you're in shape and you're ready, you'll pass it. If you're not in shape, you won't. So my message to the team was, don't you want 90 guys ready for camp that are in shape, ready to go, that have done the work? You want a team like that, don't you? You want those guys. You don't want a bunch of guys that aren't ready to go.
It's 900 total yards, is that right?
No, it's 150 yard shuttle, 6 times with rest to recovery ratios, things like that. So blast from the past. That's a while ago.
Sorry. Did your defensive week of preparation, did it end up changing a whole lot because they don't have Tua, or was it a lot different than it would have been, or is it just?
No. It's. Look, I don't know what the right way to do it is, but to me, it's you got to go off of what kind of how you felt like they prepared when we played. Then when we were in Baltimore last year, okay, what was the info going into that game? Okay, how did we feel that game went? What happened then? Since then, how do we feel like they've evolved in the offseason? It's about a lot of speculation. There's just not that many reps. Okay. By the way, now who's the quarterback? What do we feel like he does well compared to Tua? How do we feel like we're going to get attacked from the last couple games? So, just kind of this big recipe of anxiety on my end,
You know Huntley really well, at least.
Tyler. We saw him in the preseason. Really good. If he's out there, we got a lot of respect for him. Really good player. We can talk about him if you want, but.
How's LaVisca and Kayvon?
Both look optimistic, I think. Kayvon had a personal issue. He's also dealing with his shoulder. So there's a kind of mixture there. And then Viss had something with his foot today, but he should be all right.
And I think it was Tyrel who told us Hartridge is part of the short yardage thing. That's when he was part of the game plan. And Dirty was telling us different coaches have different stuff they do. What did you used to have as when you were a position coach? What was the thing that you were in charge of? If anything.
When I was an intern, at 2 minute. Yeah, you kind of move it around. 2 minute, third down, red zone. all the fun stuff. That's the fun part.
How do you decide who gets what?
Well, I mean, it's a great question. The intent is to move it around and kind of build guys up and give them experience in game planning and like researching different scenarios over time. And then you're kind of like the expert in that area. So you present it to the staff, and then you ultimately present it to the players. And then I think AD has a really cool system set up where they kind of work through him. And then I'm kind of late coming in the process where I kind of circle back with those guys. So that's the idea, is to empower the staff. And I think you're just more efficient that way. You can't just be one person just sitting and staring at tape all day. So trying to use everybody and all their talents. And then, as we move on in years, moving forward, then kind of move guys around and let them grow that way.
Mike, go back to leadership. T-Dot talked to us on Wednesday. First thing he said about the run game is that he had to take responsibility. Because one of the things talk about that leadership when you're building the culture. And he also said the coaches can only do so much. We as players have to take that. How important is that when you're building a culture?
Yeah, it's a great point. Anytime you have adversity, the first message you have to, in my opinion, you have to look inward. It's like, hey, where's my responsibility? What can I control? How can I be better? Okay, now, as a team, you kind of start inward and move outward. That's kind of how I see it. That's how we'll operate. So I'm glad he's doing that. I feel the same way. Hopefully the rest of the defense feels in their area of control they can be better. And I think the product will improve if you have that mentality.
Anything else? Thank you.
Okay.
Maybe conditioning test for the media.
Nah,
yeah, I mean, y'all can do it. First day of training camp.
Up the time report day.